When looking at the Lewis and Clark text while reading Tuesdays with Morrie, there are corresponding examples from Lewis and Clark found throughout the biography of Morrie's final thesis. Morrie lived a long, high-quality life. He lived out his vocation as a teacher. He had a loving wife and kids, whom he loved unconditionally. He enjoyed his life in all aspects, without cares of what society may have thought of him. Morrie was a teacher until the end, and always a free spirit, even when he got the bad news. Morrie was terminally ill. He had ALS, a disease that attacks the neurological system, shutting the body down in stages until it gets to the lungs, and then the person dies of suffocation. Morrie took this news in a very healthy manner, and once he got over the initial shock, decided he wasn't going to wither and die. Morrie decided he was going to turn his last experience, his experience of death, into a final project to give others an insight of death. By this, his personality is described by Lewis and Clark as being an androgynous personality because he wants to help others and is accepting of the changes in himself along the way. In order to connect with society and share his approach to death, Morrie allows a TV show called The Nightline with Ted Koppel to invade his home and have an interview with him. This occurs twice so people can see Morrie's deterioration as the disease takes hold of his body, and to where they can see his acceptance of death. After the TV show, Morrie's social network broadens. He begins getting mail from ALS sufferers, family members of ALS victims, and people who have had family and friends just pass away. Responding to this mail gave Morrie a new sense of fulfillment, and as the ALS took over his body, his instrumental support increased. He had to have a live-in nursemaid, a hospice nurse, and a physical therapist to take care of him. Through all of this, Morrie believed he was the lucky one because he had the opportunity to say goodbye to all of his loved ones. And after attending a funeral of a colleague who had passed away suddenly, Morrie decided he was going to have a living funeral in order to give his loved ones a final chance to say goodbye while he was still alive. That way he could have the opportunity to hear all the wonderful things that people have to say at the funeral. And this also helped start the grieving process for everyone he knew.